Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Hack here, and I'm here to share another story with you today. This story is called Otis by Lorene Long, and because it's one name, that means Lorene Long, she is the person who wrote the words, and Lorene Long is the same person, the illustrator, who drew the pictures. So she's the author and illustrator, and the name of the book is Otis. I wonder if that's Otis. Wonder who this is. We'll have to open up and find out. Otis. Title page, because the title is on the page again. Otis. Lorene Long is the author and the illustrator of this book. Oh, he looks happy. He looks like a happy little tractor. There once was a friendly little tractor. His name was Otis, and every day Otis and the farmer worked together, taking care of the farm they called home. Otis loved to do farm work. He even looks happy, you can see. But after working hard all day, Otis was ready to unwind and play. He would ride the rolling hills in skirts. He would go down by the mud pond, past the cornfield, scaring the ducks. He would leapfrog bales of hay, you can see him right here, and explode through the haystacks. So after a long day of work, Otis, the tractor, loved to unwind and have fun. On occasion, he would chase a rabbit or play Ring Around the Rosie with the ducks to the sound of a steady put, puff, putty chuff. And sometimes at the end of the day, he would just sit underneath the apple tree and just look at the farm below. But every night, tired but happy, Otis would puff into the little stall of the barn that he called his own. And that is where Otis would sleep at night. One night when Otis was fast asleep, the farmer brought a beautiful little baby calf into the barn. The calf bawled and bawled for her mother. Oh, it's like crying, I want my mommy. But when the sleepy sound of a soft put, put, putty chuff came from Otis the tractor, the scared little calf stopped crying and fell fast asleep. From that day on, the calf and the tractor became best friends. Putty chuff, she followed the tractor over the rolling hills. The calf followed the tractor over the bales of hay. The calf followed the tractor down to the cornfield. And the calf made the game of Ring Around the Rosie even more fun. So they become best friends. Sometimes at the end of the day, the two of them would just sit together under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Otis loved the little calf, and the little calf loved Otis. It looks like they have become best friends. And it's nice. Uh-oh, look at this picture. I wonder what that is. Look at him. Then one day, the farmer surprised everyone with a brand new yellow tractor. Time to move out, Otis, the farmer said. He took Otis out of the little stall in the barn that was his own and parked him behind the barn. Then he backed the big yellow tractor right into the stall where Otis used to live. But the little calf didn't like the big yellow tractor. He had a deep rumbling snore that shook the stall when he slept. There was no one to purr the little calf gently to sleep, no one to spend the days with. And Otis, poor Otis, Otis could not even see his farm anymore as the weeds grew past the tires and covered them up. His friend often sat with him, but she could not even get Otis to play like the olden days. Otis was sad, and look at the picture. He looks very sad. It was early summer when the farmer discovered a poster. The poster said, "Who has the prettiest calf in the land? Judges will decide at the county fair and award a fancy blue ribbon to the winner." Oh, the farmer knew the answer to this. He would show his little calf. But on the morning of the fair, the little calf was nowhere to be found. She had wandered down by the mud pond, by the cornfield, to cool off. And there she is. When she waded into the muddy water, her feet sank. With every step, she sank deeper and deeper. The little calf was stuck in the mud pond. Oh boy, I wonder what's going to happen. Oh no, look at the pictures. "Get the hands," the farmer shouted when he saw her. All the farm hands came running with their ropes, but the more they tugged, the more stuck the calf got. "Get the big yellow tractor," the farmer shouted. "He can pull her out. He can save her." But the big tractor just scared the poor little calf. She sank deeper and deeper into the mud. Nearby farmers came to look and gather, and they looked very concerned. "Let us help you." "Then call Fire Chief Douglas and the fire truck," the farmer shouted. "They can save our little calf." But the sight of the big red fire truck startled the little calf in even deeper. The farmer was fit to be tied. If his hired hands couldn't pull her out and the big yellow tractor couldn't pull the calf out, then who would? Who could? Suddenly the little calf's ears perked up. Over the hum of a growing crowd, there came a faint sound in the distance. The soft, rhythmic purr, puff, puff, putty chuff. The crowd turned and looked. The sound became louder. Put, puff, putty chuff. And all at once, Otis puffed from around the barn. He turned and headed right straight towards the mud pond. I wonder what Otis is going to do. What do you think? We can all predict together. So let's think in our heads. I wonder, here's Otis. He came out of the barn. Remember, before he wouldn't even get up and go, and he's coming towards the mud pond. Think up here and keep it up here. I wonder what Otis is going to do when he gets to the pond. I have my prediction up here, so I'm going to read on to see if I'm right. Otis puffed down the rolling hill and pulled right up next to the muddy water's edge. The calf heard her friend puttering and puffing. It was something like, "Hello, hello, calf." Then, to the sound of his gentle chuff, chuff, and the amazement of all the people in the crowd, Otis slowly began to start circling the pond. So he's slowly going to start circling the pond. He circled and circled, and the little calf turned and turned and turned, never taking his eyes off his friend Otis the tractor. So Otis is puff, puff, putty chuff, puff, puff, putty chuff, puff, puff, putty chuff, puff, puff, putty chuff, and he's going around and round. And that little calf is watching him the whole time and walking in circles. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder if doing this is going to be helpful. You can just guess. With each ring Otis made around the mud pond, the muddy grip loosened under the calf, and the calf was able to stumble out of the pond on his own. And the two friends had found each other once again. So I'm going to go back and look. So Otis, by doing this, by going around and around, he was able to get the little calf unstuck, and the little calf was able to walk out on his own. because he got unstuck. And you can see the crowd here is clapping. Yay, Otis! Good job, Otis! Good job! Otis led the calf right down the dusty road towards the village, and everyone threw flowers as they went by, following them into town. It looked like a big, happy parade. No one needed a fancy blue ribbon to tell them that the calf was a special calf. Otis was a special tractor, and the two of them were very special friends. And you can see them walking down happily to town like a parade. From that day on, the farmer discovered that with Otis's puttering and purr, besides the chicken coop, the chickens laid more eggs. At milking time, with Otis's gentle chuff nearby, his cows produced more milk. And on occasion, Otis even got to join the farmer and the big yellow tractor out in the field to help. But often, at the end of the day, Otis would just sit with his friend under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Best friends enjoying each other's company. La and thank you. I hope you like this book. Thank you so much. See you again, boys and girls.